It's Monique DeBose, and today on our little 10-minute conversation, we are going to talk about understanding your own needs. And even before we get to the understanding, it's learning to understand your own needs. So many of us have needs that are not met, and it's not because the people in our lives are not kind or not loving. It's often because we don't know what we actually need. And at times, it can feel extremely frustrating because there's this energy inside your body, yet there's no real awareness, conscious awareness around actually knowing what that energy is about. So today in our time together, I want to talk about learning to understand your own needs. And what I find is that when we can get in touch with what our needs are, the entire world opens up for us. And the reason it opens up for us is because we are now in awareness and in alignment with what it is that we're here for and what we actually need to actually have us show up in a beautiful, powerful way. So let's talk about understanding our own needs. So what I like to offer is, first and foremost, we want to take out the word should. So oftentimes we think we should want a husband or a wife. We think we should want children. We think we should have a great relationship with all of our siblings, or we think we should be further along in life. So what I'm offering to you is, first, get clear about what it is that you think you should want and you should need, because oftentimes that is getting in the way of what it is we actually want and actually need. So take should out of your vocabulary. And I love this. People have said this, and I think it's funny and I think it's silly. But you should stop shoulding all over yourself. Don't should all over yourself. That just makes me laugh still. So what is it that you are telling yourself you should need and you should want? So I invite you to actually spend 2 minutes getting clear on what it is that you think you should need and want. And once you have that in your awareness, that's wonderful, because that will then open up space to create an opportunity to access what it is you actually want and actually need. So I'm going to give you 2 tools to take away to actually do that. And the first tool is getting quiet within yourself. Now, the world is so busy and so loud, and there are so many things here in our present day world that can distract us from ourselves. We can pay attention to the news. We can pay attention to every Netflix series that's being advertised as something we should be watching. We can go to the refrigerator. We can go to alcohol. There are many things that can take our attention. And then there are the actual things that have value as well, such as your family, the work projects you're working on. So there are many things that pull your attention. But what I'm advocating is, in order to actually learn to understand what your own needs are, having a space of stillness is really important. Hi, Flora. Bonjour, Flora, all the way from France. So stillness is a really important and powerful tool, and it's so simple and it's free. So a lot of people who come to work with me, I work with them on getting to a place of stillness inside themselves. So we're going to do it right now. We're just going to spend 3 breaths together in quiet and in stillness. And so I want to invite you to inhale all the way through your entire body. So imagine the air going to the top of your hair, all the way down to the tips of your toes, and coming in and out. So let's just be in a space of stillness together. So for 3 breaths. One more breath. A power of stillness and quiet is immeasurable. It's so profound. So from this place, once you've gotten to a place of stillness and quiet, and what did that take us? Less than a minute. Then I want to invite you to consider creating your want list or your desire list. And so just like yesterday when we did the I am sentence stems, this list works the exact same way. I will invite you to write with the sentence stem, I desire or I want. And I invite you to do that 20 times. Because when you can get into that, and some of it will be, I'll do it off the cuff with my brain, but some of it, let me talk about the importance of the want and the desire list first before I get into the logistics of the exercise. Giving yourself permission to speak with the written hand, with the voice, with the conscious thought of what it is you actually want or desire will release so much pent up energy. Now, being able to actually speak it is often where many of us get blocked and stopped. So I'm not encouraging you, pushing you, trying to convince you to do what happens when you write out on the want list. Like whatever comes out, that's not even our concern in this moment. Our concern is actually giving ourselves permission to write out the want and desire list and do nothing with it beyond that at this point. Just give yourself the permission to write it out. So the value of writing out the want and the desire list is that it frees up so much blocked energy inside yourself and things that you weren't even conscious of that are asking and begging to be acknowledged and seen and nurtured and manifested in the world. With that energy actually being acknowledged by you allowing yourself to create this want desire list, things just come into alignment. So much of your energy stops fighting against you and pulling you in multiple directions, and it all comes into alignment like a beautifully synchronized swimming routine, like an army formation, whatever. All the energy that is being pulled in different directions, it becomes consciously available to serve you. So that's the value and the importance of the want list. And now I want to get into the actual instruction. And we're going to do, this is the last thing we're going to talk about here. So it's very simple. I want, and I'll give you a couple of examples, and it's great to write it down. It really does make such a difference. So I want to win a Grammy. I want my show to be Tony nominated. I want to earn so much money that I don't even think about money as an obstacle ever again. I want to be organized. I want to have amazing sensual experiences. I want my kids to pay attention to me. I want my hair to stay in shape and style more than 2 days. I want to have a better relationship with my sister. I want to travel to Uganda and take my boys with me so we can trek through the windy impenetrable forests and see the mountain gorillas. I want to have a manager. I want to have my creation weekend filled. I want, it just goes on and on and on. So in just saying all those things, there are things that were new to me and then things that I'm like, oh yeah, I want that. And how wonderful that it's still very clear and present to me. So I'd like to invite you to go ahead and do your want list. And remember, the only thing that needs to happen with the want list is that it gets created. You don't have to do anything else beyond that. And so with that, learning to understand our own needs is really a key important thing for all of us to really have an amazing, empowered, fulfilling life. So I invite you to do these two things, spend 3 breaths in silence and create your desire want list. And please write in the comments section what that experience did for you and what it felt like. And you don't have to share your list in any way, but what I do invite you to share is what it felt like to actually create it. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.